If you intend to do this RLSH thing for real, you need to understand that there will be a cost. Everything comes at a price. Depending on how you feel like approaching this whole thing, there's going to be certain obligations that you're going to have to fulfill. If you want to keep your identity a secret, that's going to require a little more extra effort. You'll have to wear a mask. You'll have to keep your mouth shut. You're going to have to engage in a certain level of deception in your personal life. People that are close to you may wonder where it is that you've been going off to. They may wonder what it is that you're doing when you're gone. In the end, it's your decision of whether or not you want to share the truth with them or anybody, and it's your prerogative of whether or not you're willing to deal with the backlash that might be a result of that. Another reality of doing hero work, you have to be prepared for things to possibly go sideways. Granted, a majority of heroes don't encounter fights on the regular. More often than not, you end up patrolling, doing humanitarian outreach, just helping people. Which really, this is what it's all about. It's not about getting into fights, not about trying to be a badass. Out here where I live, typically the most dangerous thing that I run into is some drunk guys going at it at the bar, getting into a fight out in the streets, and trying to get in the way to break it up. Because a drunk dude will swing on you. Usually they don't give a crap. You also have to be ready for the fact that you cannot just retaliate with violence. If you take a hit, so be it. You're not there to beat somebody down for being drunk and having a temper tantrum. You're there to keep other people from getting hurt, and, if you can help it, try to keep somebody from going to jail. The vast majority of the time, the most dangerous thing that you're going to encounter is weird stares in the streets and maybe some outright open mockery. It can't be helped. You're a person running around in a super suit. Occupational hazard. If you're the kind of person with a fragile ego, if you get offended easily, if you're quick to anger, then this is probably not the endeavor for you. That being said, the world is a big and unpredictable place, and there's always the actual potential for danger, regardless of the form that danger may take. You have to do some serious introspection. Are you the kind of person that cracks under pressure? Are you easily traumatized? Are you really willing to put yourself in harm's way in order to help another individual, even if that individual is a stranger? Are you willing and prepared to put yourself in harm's way in the case of an emergency, like a car crash, explosion, flooding? Are you truly competent enough to defend yourself or someone else if you are forced into a violent altercation? Do not delude yourself into thinking that a lifetime spent playing video games and watching action movies has prepared you for another full-grown human being intent on harming you, pointing a gun at you, trying to stab a knife into your gut, trying to break your jaw. Are you prepared to take a beating from 4 or 5 grown men who have decided to make an example out of you? The funny thing about fights, the more that you're in, the more you realize you're not going to win them all. So be smart, pick your battles wisely. Always try to de-escalate. These are all very real, albeit exceedingly rare circumstances that you may find yourself in. And if you do not have the skills or the resources to deal with them, then you need to behave accordingly. Don't be the asshole that goes out and gets yourself arrested or killed. It makes the whole community look bad, and what's worse, you cannot help anybody if you are incarcerated or dead. Every action has a reaction. Every choice has a consequence. That is the cost of commitment.